Today I am going to be reviewing and possibly roasting your gaming setups. If you'd like to be featured in the next one, you can find a link to the Discord down in the description. I always let you guys know anytime I'm about to do something cool and quirky like this, and you guys are usually the only ones that can be involved with stuff like this, because I don't really have a way to do it on other platforms. So if you'd like to be featured in the next one, or a video similar, then join the Discord. But anyway, let's get into it. Alright, so the first one here coming from What the Flip Man, and we're gonna be going in depth, alright? We're gonna be analyzing this stuff. Hold on, okay, there is indeed a zoom in button. At base value here, alright, we got a pretty good setup going. So we got, that is an MSI monitor. Is that almost looks like an Alienware PC. I don't think it is Alienware, but correct me if I'm wrong about that. Looks pretty good. Obviously, we don't got an idea for the specs. Who knows? That might be one from 2012 that's still rocking like a, I don't know, like a 710. Considering the fact that he's playing Black Ops 6, though, I'm gonna assume that's not the case. Hey, I'm not trying to roast people right off the rip. His mousepad says, "Don't touch my PC." Honestly, I got respect for it. I upgraded to one of those really fat mousepads. Like, literally, it's literally like this wide, right? Like, it holds my keyboard and my mouse, but, you know, I respect the more old school, smaller mouse pads. However, this one's, there's no RGB on it, so I don't know. I'll give the mouse pad like an 8 out of 10. It's funny, but, you know, you gotta have RGB lights on the end of it. I'm kidding, by the way. We got a light up keyboard and everything like that, and yeah, you know, all around, this is a pretty decent setup. The only thing I gotta say, though, is that, man, this desk is absolutely tiny. Like, where do you even sit? Do you stand? Is this like a standing desk? I mean, if it's a standing desk, I guess that makes sense, but otherwise, it's like, okay, so the chair goes, like, right here in between this support beam here and the PC, so he's, like, kind of, you know, you have to, like, use the keyboard and mouse at an angle, kind of, and then there's, like, very little space, so I can imagine that's kind of cramped. So, you know, maybe we should start a GoFundMe for this lad, help him get a bigger desk. But otherwise, is that like nickels right there? My boy's got a nickel, 2 dimes, and 2 quarters. You got a total of the 80 cents. All in all, if I could give this a number rating, I'm gonna give it a solid 7 out of 10. You know, it's nothing too offensive, but, you know, just between the small desk, the potentially awkward chair placement, if that's really where it goes, I'll give it like a solid 7. Next up, we got 2 pictures coming from Big Daddy Matty. Now, here's the first one where he shows his special edition Xbox Series X controller, which does look very nice. Then, you know, this was the first picture, so I had to tell him I can't see the setup. So then I had him send another picture where he basically just, you know, he sent his TV. Apparently, it's like a massive TV, and from the picture, it looks like it, and it's just sort of sitting on a dresser. And he has an Xbox Series X behind the TV because the TV takes up so much space that it can't actually sit out in the front. He also sent a picture of his really fat cat with like this, I don't even know what you call this, like this tiki looking clock thing over here, so you know, that's something. Hang on a minute, I see Booba in the back. All in all, if I was going to rank this setup, what would I rank this setup? I'm gonna give it a solid 6 out of 10. There's a very noticeable lack of RGB. There's a very noticeable lack of consoles. I mean, you know, it's still sitting behind the TV, but come on, you wanna make your setup look a little nice, you know? You wanna be flashing this stuff. You want the console visible, you maybe wanna throw some RGB in there. I see too much natural light, and that's kind of disgusting for a few reasons. One, it can glare off of the TV, and even if you have like an anti-glare display, I mean, it's still natural light. You should be having blackout on your windows. You don't want natural sunlight. This next one comes from Trank, aka Double T Game Hustle. You guys should definitely go check out his YouTube channel. It makes absolutely just 10 out of 10 masterpiece chef's kiss content, and this, I'm already about to give this a 10 out of 10. Now you may be saying, but Grotesque, there's no RGB and the desk looks a little basic and not super gamery, but let's just break this down. Okay, so first things first, not only do we have multiple displays here, which, brother, I actually think I had that exact same if that's the model that I'm thinking of, I actually used to have that in my living room back in like 2007 to 2015. It was one of those years. Unless that's a newer model that just looks very similar to my model, or maybe it's like a different size or whatever. I'm pretty sure I had the same TV at one point. But okay, we got the video display there. We got a Scepter. I was about to say Spectre, but no, okay, it's like a Scepter, however you're supposed to say that. I got a monitor right there, which, you know, looks to be a decent size. It only looks relatively small because the camera's pulled back so far, which I'm assuming that means that this TV is rather big, and if that is the case, then yeah, I definitely have the same one. Then we got an the Acer laptop down here. That also looks very similar to one that I had. I don't think it's the exact same one, but it's just funny how much similarities I'm seeing between things I used to have or do have and his setup. That's a smart man. You can see it right there. He even covered up the face cam right there. He's sitting in the Grotesque Discord server, so, you know, instant W for that. We got the PS5 sitting right here, which we should go on to mention that, yes, he has a PS5 right here, and this is indeed the revised Slim model. What games we got here? Resistance Fall of Man. Oh my gosh, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, Trank, Double T, this man is an absolute legend. Like I said, I'm already going to be giving this a 10 out of 10. Let's see, that looks to be a capture card. That's either a hard drive or a no, that's definitely a capture card, I think. Got the microphone right there. That is the PS3 Slim. There was 3 versions of the PS3, and that is indeed the Slim because the Fat is, well, fatter and has more metallic edges, and the Super Slim is actually the one that I have just because I don't know, I have some sort of weird nostalgia for that model. The Xbox 360e and the PS3 Super Slim. I just have an odd nostalgia for those models because they came out of like the tail end of that generation and they look just so different from anything else that came before. Yet they're so slim and compact, and I don't know, I love the designs of those models, especially because those latter models were probably like the least popular ones in general, in terms of sheer sales at least. And then, yeah, there was, okay, got an Xbox 360 controller there. Is that the chrome silver one? That looks so clean, dude. Got a Logitech keyboard. That looks like one of those nice keyboards, right? Because I got one of those mechanical ones with the really loud buttons, but that looks like one of those ones that have the really soft keys, you know what I mean? Mouse looks clean, nice mouse, but that's a thick mouse pad. And then we got the Xbox 360 Slim down there at the bottom, and a Secret Lab chair. I've heard great things about Secret Lab chairs, and I honestly think the next time I get a chair, I'm either going to get a ergo chair, you know, like one of those breathable mesh ones, or I'm gonna go Secret Lab. I don't know which one I'm gonna go with yet. All I know is I need to get rid of this cheap Chinese bucket seat racing chair piece of shit. This thing hurts my butt, it hurts my back, it ain't comfortable, and for some reason I get kind of dizzy when I'm sitting on this thing. I don't know why. I don't sit here spinning around. It's very unlevel, so my brain has a hard time just, I don't know, getting adjusted on it. My room is hot as is, and the leather just makes me sweat. This chair is garbage, but the setup, this is a 10 out of 10, my man. The next one coming from Hardcore Alex, and there's actually 3 pictures here, so let's go ahead and look through this. At first, okay, I'm not gonna lie, at first I thought this was Mafia. You guys know, like, the racing part in the original Mafia game? For some reason I thought it was that. Hardcore Alex, go sub to his YouTube channel. Always love seeing my fellow content creators in the Discord server, especially ones that are newer to it. I see an Among Us mouse pad! I really like the setup he has going here. If this is what I think it is, this is actually the exact same thing that I used to do. I used to use my Acer laptop, which I referred to before, and plug it into my secondary monitor, and I would have my laptop running as like a dual PC setup, which honestly, that laptop wasn't the greatest in the world, so it probably wasn't the best idea to be doing it with that, but nonetheless, I made it work. Anyway, yeah, all around, let's see, what kind of keyboard is that? Verbatim? Okay, so it's a bit of a cheaper keyboard, but that's alright. Can't really see the mouse, but it looks to be a gamer-ish mouse. Again, we got the Among Us thing there. It's definitely an external hard drive in the back. Got some Xbox One and 360 games. Got Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Dark Souls Remastered, or no, maybe that's not Dark Souls Remastered. Maybe that's like Dark Souls 3. I'm not sure which one that is. Minecraft for the Xbox 360, Minecraft for the Xbox One, and yeah, that would indeed be the legacy version of Minecraft, which in my humble opinion, I prefer the Legacy Edition and Java over Bedrock. I mean, I still play Bedrock mainly when it comes to creating... Oh, we get a better view of the mouse and everything here. Oh yeah, that's a really nice mouse. When it comes to creating content, I play Bedrock just because it's easier as a content creator to use that one. But I still do prefer Java/Legacy. We also got an Xbox One S down there, which we will be going to. Got a trash can in the corner. Yep, you gotta always have a trash can in your room, right? Like, I have one right next to mine, because anytime that you're done eating a granola bar, slamming a soda, drinking a smoothie, drinking a water, eating, I don't know, a Lunchable, you gotta have somewhere to throw it away so you don't gotta get up and go to the other side of your house. Oh, that's really cool. It seems like his mouse changes colors too. Honestly, the mouse might be like one of the most impressive parts of the setup. And obviously, we got the microphone here for when he's chilling on Discord with the boys or, you know, making videos or one thing or another. So from that perspective, everything looks good there. And then he also said cable management is non-existent. So if there's one thing I would say about this setup, definitely move these cords away from the fan. You don't want, you know, the fan blowing onto the cords, making that all hot. The desk looks really nice too, right? It's like a... Honestly, I'm kind of jealous, man. Like, having a really cool desk like that where it has, like, shelves and, like, layers to it in a way. I honestly kind of, I might look into something like that for my next setup, because I could honestly, that would be very useful for me if I could get a desk that's not only a bit bigger, it's a bit longer, but also has shelves on it, and maybe have one that's like also adjustable as well. I'm sure I'd be looking at a lot of money for something like that, but still, man, this is honestly a pretty good setup. Honestly, like, here's the thing, I think I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10, and that's only for a few reasons. I'm not trying to diss your setup. but the natural sunlight coming in, and this is just from personal preference, this is all just like my personal preference of like what I look for in a setup and what I prefer to have in my setups, but personally the natural sunlight coming in, it's just, I don't know, it's just, it takes me out of it, right? It keeps me too much in real life. That's why I have like blackout curtains, as well as I put actual like blackout tape over my window, so literally no natural sunlight comes in, so I gotta knock a few points for that. Also, the cables are starting to look like a little bit of a fire hazard over here, the cable management. I'm not one that's super pedantic about cable management, but I will say, having your cables all tangled like that only stands to hurt you in the end when you need to get certain things unplugged or switch out certain things, so adjust the cable management, I don't know, block out some of the sunlight, and overall, maybe, get some more RGB. That's what's missing. There's a very good lack of RGB, so, and you know, you do those things, I think we can bump that up to a 9 or 10 out of 10. The next one comes from Rainy, who says, literally my whole gaming setup is, well, a TV and some games for Xbox 360 and PS4, even though I don't have a console, so, yeah, I'm gonna give that a solid 6 out of 10, because that's the standard struggle setup. You got the TV leaning, is the TV leaning against the wall on top of this dresser? Like, does it even have a stand, or am I looking at that? It's hard to see because it's dark, but if that's the case, then, I mean, yeah, that's the struggle setup that, like, just identified. Like, that's what it is. That's the definition. At the same time, though, that TV does look pretty nice, so unless it's, like, some cheap off-brand Chinese Temu TV, then, I mean, maybe, you know, I mean, that's actually a pretty decent setup. 6.5 out of 10. But anyway, next up, we're moving on to Raiden Revengeance, which is one of the main homies of the Discord server. Love that little dude. Alright, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're already looking at our next 10 out of 10 setup here. So let's go ahead and look at this first. So we got, I mean, immediately right off the rip, we got the RGB flowing through the laptop. I can't, oh, okay, that's an Omen laptop. Nice. You got the microphone surrounded in all the, you know, the soundproofing pads there just to sort of help with, like, the echo and just, you know, the noise range of everything. Got a guitar pick right there. Nice, nice, nice. Fellow guitar player. And not only is there a fellow guitar player, but there is also a fellow death metal enjoyer. Man, you love, man, I love to see it. I'm so proud of you, bro. Just for context, Raiden Revengeance has been in my Discord server for like almost 3 years now. And obviously some of the folks in my Discord server are a bit younger. And it's just, you know, it's always such a humbling experience as a boomer myself, getting to watch all these kids grow up, seeing the men and women that they'll become. It's just, I don't know, it's just a really cool experience seeing everybody grow up, seeing the things that they kind of latch on to and the things that interest them over the years. It's a truly humbling experience. But, okay, so again, RGB mouse, freaking awesome mouse pad. Got the red Xbox Series X controller in the back there. Got a seriously nice speaker setup going on, because I know he does do some music production as well. He's also watching a classic Grotesque video, my must-have items in a zombie apocalypse. Get lesson, man. Got a $20 bill over there. I respect it. There's also like a fork over there. I do gotta say, the floor's a bit messy, but the only reason I'm not knocking points for the floor being an absolute catastrophe with the Hers crispy and tasty chips and the protein chocolate milk smoothie thing down there is because that's how you know you're a gamer. You're focused so much on playing the video games that you don't have time to pick stuff up. Like, the fact that you guys see what you see in these videos is a very calculated move. Like, sure, you see some things that are messy like my closet and like some things on the floor from time to time, but it's still kind of calculated just to show that I'm kind of nonchalant. I don't really care that much. But just below the camera, just below that speaker in the corner where my finger is pointing right here, there is an absolute catastrophe of trash bottles behind the futon right behind me. There is garbage all over the floor that I need to pick up yet. And that's simply because I'm too busy playing video games and making content. I don't got time to pick that garbage. Like, I'll pick it up at some point, but it's like, you know, you got your priorities. Your priorities are right here watching this Grotesque video, not on picking up this bag of chips off the floor, doing some sweeping or vacuuming, you know what I mean? So this also isn't the only part of the setup, so we'll go ahead and skip to the next picture where he shows off his guitar. Fellow Ibanez Geo player. That's actually, hold up, I gotta go grab mine now. Now I will say that it is a little dusty. I haven't gotten to play it in a minute, but if you look right up there, Ibanez, oh shoot, wait, I gotta take it off and bring it down a bit. I too have an Ibanez Geo, so that's actually really cool. I'm jealous of yours though. Yours is black and red. Those are my favorite colors, and your fretboard looks so cool, man. My fretboard is just like the normal, you know, they're you know, got dots on 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, and then, you know, so on and so forth. I bet this thing is really out of tune. Hold up, let's find out. I mean, yeah, it's a little out of tune. I definitely gotta tune it. I see some more pics on the amp down there. That amp is really dusty, just like mine. No worries, not judging. Then he also said, additionally, if you want to throw it in, here is the SNES and the PS2. Man, this is awesome. That is the original fat PS2, which is pretty cool because that one's easier to mod than the Slim. I did personally modify my Slim. I have the SCPH 90,000 model, but the fat models are easier to mod just because you can put an HDD in it, which means, you know, if you want to play more games, and obviously there are certain PS2 games that are going up in price just because that's how it works on the secondhand market. Conversation for a different day, because if I keep going with that, I'm going to get into a ranting tangent about the secondhand market. But yeah, so, you know, that's pretty cool seeing that there. Got the original Super Nintendo, and as you would expect, it is starting to yellow a little bit on the bottom. That's not Raiden's fault. That's just what happens to white technology over the years. Let me identify some of these games. Oh my gosh, Super Mario World, Vegas Stakes, Miss Pac-Man. Dude, this is awesome. I absolutely love this. Got a really nice soundbar there. Got a massive Vizio TV, it seems like. I see a Nintendo Switch case, a Nintendo Switch Comfort Joy-Con grip. That is not the standard Joy-Con grip because that is way too fat. That is definitely the Power A Comfort grip. Got a DualShock 2 right there. Okay, I was making sure. Yes, he does indeed have a memory card in his PS2. Is that Donkey Kong Country in the back? I can hardly see it because it's so dark, so I can't tell. Is that? I really don't know what that is in the back. It's so dark. All around, dude, that is an easy 10 out of 10. Like that's a 10 out of 10, dude. Awesome setup. Next up, we got Lilithix, which this is another person where you should definitely go check out the content. She streams on Twitch, and she also posts videos quite consistently over on YouTube. She is one of my favorite creators. I remember I found her after she posted, like, I think she only had like 1 or 2 videos up at the time. She was doing a Bloodborne playthrough back in like 2023, I want to say. Found her channel, left her a message, invited her to the server and all of that, and from there, me and her have been pretty good friends. She's an awesome creator. She's an awesome person in general as well. Unfortunately, me and her haven't gotten to talk as much nowadays because we've both been so crazy, you know, when it comes to, like, creating content and such, and just, you know, crazy life stuff in general, but I always try to keep up with her when I get the chance because she's genuinely just an awesome person. So right off the rip, I'm seeing a lot of stuff that I love. Like, okay, so first things off, we got Ghostface right up here, and out of anybody that has been watching the channel for any amount of time knows that I love Ghostface. I literally went out of my way to buy the Ghostface bundle back in Gold Lords because I love it so much. Got Bloodborne, Eliza P books up there. Got Dark Souls 3 over there, which is home to my favorite Souls boss of all time, Soul of Cinder. Got some Apple earbuds over here. And then in terms of the setup itself, dude, this is automatically going to be another 10 out of 10. Like, this is so clean. You got the PC case down there, which looks absolutely gorgeous. You got a bit of the RGB going on inside of it with the pink lights, which look awesome. And then you have this GTA 5-esque keyboard where you have the lights going underneath the keyboard, or at least it seems that way. I haven't seen one like that before where it just glows like that. That's genuinely my first time seeing that. Hold up, is this like an officially licensed PlayStation desk? I didn't even know they made it. I don't know if it's actually a PlayStation desk or if you just put that sticker there, but if that's actually like a PlayStation desk, I didn't know they made that. We have the original fat PS5 model, which I do believe I saw in her Discord. She said she ordered a PS5 Pro, so I'm sure this will be updated soon. You got a beautiful Elden Ring wallpaper, as well as somebody's Elden Ring stream going on there in the background. You got a Marshall speaker. We have a very nice microphone with a very clean pop filter over it. That looks to be like a stream deck of some kind, a very nice mouse. I think that's just like a random phone case sitting there. Man, all around, yeah, you got the really nice ring lights up there. Man, this setup, it puts my setup to shame. Holy crap. Yeah, this is easily a 10 out of 10. Not to mention the freaking awesome chair over here and everything. Yeah, dude, yeah, easy 10 out of 10. Lilithix, this setup is freaking awesome. The next setup comes from Shira, my favorite Celestial Dragon. So let's go ahead and look at this. All right. So we got a really clean like microphone setup up here. Please do correct me if I'm wrong, but that does look like a microphone, and it's like inside of this thing for, like, you know, to keep the sound less echoey, right? Correct me if I'm wrong about that. I love how she has 2 identical figures on the desk. That just, like, they're both adorable. It just totally fits the vibe. A ViewSonic curved monitor. If I'm gonna be honest, I think I've only seen a ViewSonic brand thing like once before. I don't know if the brand's any good, but I mean, if Shira's rocking it, then it has to be good. We've got an Xbox Series X controller over there. I want to say that that is a Series X controller. I can't see the share button, but that looks like a Series X controller. And a pretty nice keyboard that looks to be, I don't know if it's just the video or like the picture making it look that way, but it looks like it's a bit more of like a compact keyboard. Maybe I'm wrong about, oh yeah, because it doesn't have a number pad. So it's like normal size, but it doesn't have the number pad. Got a really nice mouse there. I really like that. Headphone, oh yeah, that's right. You already sent me a picture of these too. I was thinking about maybe getting a pair like this because these ones that I have right now, they like suction cup one of my ears, made my ears really hot. I did buy that one other pair for like $8, but just for something that's like more of a permanent fix, I do want to look into something like these. You have an appropriate amount of RGB going on inside of the PC case, and the best YouTuber on the planet going on the main screen, let's be honest. No, but overall, and I really like the desk setup, you know what I mean? Like, even though it isn't like your typical gamer desk with like RGB all over it or whatever, it's still just like a nice functional desk. You know, it's got drawers, why can't I say the word today? It has drawers on it, so you can like store stuff inside of there, and that's just always very convenient. And then we have a picture of the setup in the dark, and yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and throw another 10 out of 10 right at this one, because even though it may not look as flashy on the surface with crazy RGB and very aesthetic lighting with LEDs all over the place, it's just a respectable setup. You got, you know, you have the nice mic setup. You got a really nice PC right there. You got the curved monitor, respect to that. And you got the cute figurines on the desk. And what I'm assuming to be either tea or coffee right here, because with how much work Shira does on her computer, I know she needs the energy. And hey, look at that. She even left a like on my video. Yup, instant 10 out of 10. I also have to give her a 10 out of 10 for the fact that she went ahead and just sent some screenshots of her progress in Monster Hunter World at the moment. And Monster Hunter World is easily not just one of the best Monster Hunter games, but one of the best, like, monster hunting games, like, in that genre period. I love Monster Hunter World so much. Oh, and don't even get me started on Iceborne, dude. I don't know about y'all, but I was a longsword main in that game. And finally, the last one comes from Adeline, or Adolin, however you're supposed to say that username. All right, so we got a dual monitor setup going right there. Have an appropriate amount of RGB going on inside of the PC case itself. Got a really nice mouse there. Got a DualSense controller right there. Got a nice pair of headphones. I just noticed that this picture was taken up in some really high building. Unless this is like... No, yeah, that's definitely a window, right? Yeah, that's totally a window. Bro, I'd be so scared of having my monitors right there at the edge, and furthermore, those have to be windows over there, right? Like, y'all be staring at each other from different buildings. Ain't no way I can do that, bro. Overall, this is a very respectable setup. I got a Samsung monitor there, and yeah, but overall, like, there's nothing wrong with this setup, right? Like, hold on, let me... Okay, yeah, there we go. This is another picture right here. Oh wow, look at that keyboard. That's really nice. The way it goes between white and black. Oh my gosh, that League of Legends freaking mousepad, dude. That is gorgeous. Jinx, oh my gosh, I have the biggest crush on Jinx, bro. She is just, oh my, yes. Y'all know my stance on dating. I'm not looking for a girl, but if I ever find a girl that is likewise interested in me, that looks like Jinx IRL, then that will change. I will officially be married. All in all, I'm gonna give this a solid 8 out of 10. I was gonna give it a 7 out of 10 just because this window would freaking terrify me. I'm not saying that the setup is bad. I'm just saying that for me personally, I would be terrified of being here the whole time, so that would just, that would just mess me up too bad. But it's a really nice and clean setup, and I mean, just this mouse pad alone and the fact that you got my baby girl right here, yeah, that's I'm gonna bump it up to an 8 out of 10. I would put it to a 9 just because of the mouse pad, but again, that view and the never-ending fear of either me or my setup falling out the window, I couldn't do that. 8 out of 10. My apologies, I just realized that for some reason my OBS stopped recording, or I'm sorry, my Audacity stopped recording at some point, and I have no idea why. This keeps happening. Anytime that I just accidentally bump my mic cord, the quality goes to garbage. So hold on, now we got to go ahead and resync it. Click record, wait a few seconds, so then there's a bit of break between this cut and the last one. There we go, it should be synced back up, and you guys should be able to hear me decently now. I don't know why that keeps happening. If anybody knows how to make it so that even if the thing gets unplugged, it keeps reporting, or keeps recording, I'd appreciate that, because it's not like it even gets unplugged. It's just like sometimes I accidentally jiggle the cord, and I guess the connection gets a little weird for a second, and then it just registers it as being completely cut off, so then the audio just goes to garbage if I slightly bump the mic or move it or whatever. It's really annoying. But anyway, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is the setups review slash reaction slash roast. If you guys want to be featured in the next one, again, just join the Discord server. Not only can it be featured in videos like this and other similar videos, but you can also join to be a part of all the other shenanigans we got going on. We have a bunch of other channels in here and a bunch of other stuff always going on, so feel free to join and be a part of the Grotesque community and family over there. But otherwise, as always, I'll let you folks know when I plan to do another video like this, because this was honestly a lot of fun. I'd show my setup now, but no. There's only a certain amount of degeneracy and slobbishness that I'm okay with people seeing. You know what I mean? But anyway, as always, massive shout out, thank you to all the Patrons and channel members. Thank you to all the low ballers here. And shout out to the ball team, the last king, and big dad, and the biggest shout out to all the G tier, run of us on the cheese girl. Thank you guys so much, guys. You're little legends. I love you. Korone da doki, arigatou gozaimasu. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.